to the Mackenzie and District Museum, our first stop here on the Northern Route. And this is Fred, the Cinnamon Bear, one of the many friendly faces that will greet you when you come to this place here. You want to come check it out? You're going to get to meet the people who run it today on the show. We got Amy, we got Rune, and Amy, we'll start with you here. Tell me a little bit about this place.
So we are at the Mackenzie and District Museum. We have been in operation since 1991. So we are actually celebrating the 35th anniversary of the museum this year. Conveniently, it is also the 60th anniversary of Mackenzie.
Yeah, a great time to be at the museum here and celebrate the history.
It is, yes. This is a new location for us. We've been here just over 2 years. So the museum is constantly changing. We have some new exhibits, and there's a lot to see.
Is it safe to say, even though Mackenzie has 60 years of history, there's a lot packed into there?
It is. So the museum is not just Mackenzie, the town. We are actually the whole valley. So we go up to Sifton Pass, down to Summit Lake, from Germanson Landing over to Azueta.
Oh, wow.
So we are a big
range.
area, yes. And so we also cover McLeod Lake Indian Band, Seke Deni, and Quadacha Nations as well. So there's a lot to see, not just the town history. So our history actually goes back a lot more than 60 years.
Yeah, before Williston Lake was Williston Lake.
Yes.
How about that? Okay, and Rune, get over here. Okay, so tell me a little bit about you. You were a summer student last year. Now you're taking on the museum administrator role. How does it feel? You excited about what we're going to show people today?
Well, I'm cautiously optimistic, but...
Cautiously optimistic is good. Okay, so tell me, what is your favorite part about Mackenzie and what you got here in the museum?
Well, I just think the culture around town is very nice. Museum is great.
So we're about to see today Mackenzie celebrating 60 years. What's your favorite part of the exhibit?
My favorite part, probably the 20th anniversary commemorative cake.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's you're like 20 years. It was a big cake or something?
Yeah, 1986. It was a pretty big cake.
Or you make your way through the Mackenzie and District Museum, you get the Trapper's Cabin, and then you get where we are here in the back here. It's a newly finished area. And this cake, it's hard to ignore when you walk in here. 20 years, they had a pretty dang big cake to celebrate, Amy.
They did. It took 350 volunteer hours to make this cake.
Wow, that is quite the cake. It's like if you were having a house, this would be a mansion. So I don't know what a big cake was. It's a masterpiece, really.
It is extravagant, is the word.
Yeah.
This is a replica of the original cake. The frosting is in fact real frosting that has hardened over the years. And all of the little paintings in it are original paintings, including one that is by the artist Andrew Kiss.
The other thing I was going to note here, the 20-year commemorative cake, is the population of Mackenzie at the time was 5,500 people. Now sitting about 3,000, but I guess it kind of goes to tell the story of the town a little bit, the fluctuation in population over the years and depending on industry. Is that fair to say?
Our biggest industries are forestry and mining. So when the mills are shut down, the population goes down. The District of Mackenzie just announced some new projects that are coming. So hopefully our population will be going up again and the museum will be here to document it.
Rune, any thoughts on the cake?
I think it's quite beautiful, and it really encapsulates the spirit of the town and how it has grown and changed over the years.
Yeah, I think it's about as tall as Joan Atkinson, the current mayor. I think if she stood on the table here, it'd be... No, I'm kidding. I pick on Joan Atkinson a little bit. But, yeah, anyway. Okay, this machine here, this is pretty cool. The original switchboard, as you can read here. Amy, tell me a little bit about this. This is something good for the kids to play with.
The kids love playing with this. So this is the original switchboard from BC Forest Products. We have their flag behind it. And the kids can actually come in and actually interact with the switchboard, play with the knobs, turn the buttons. It's pretty indestructible. They really enjoy playing with it. And you can see how few numbers actually existed when Mackenzie was using this. This would have been probably in service from the mid-60s to 1980.
That's crazy. Piece of history here in Mackenzie. And there was a person that operated this.
Yes. Yeah, there would have been a switchboard operator who would accept the line. You'd put it, say you want to call 289, and then you'd come over here and you put it in there.
Yeah. And they would listen in.
There are people in town that will come in and say, I remember when my mother used to operate this. Because there's a lot of still people that families came up to work in forestry here, to work in the mills, and they've stuck around because they enjoy the town so much.
You can't ignore this very, very cool robe here. Amy, tell me about this.
So these robes were donated to the Mackenzie and District Museum from Rose Boyko herself. She was the first Indigenous woman to be elected to the Supreme Court of Canada.
Wow, that is very cool. It's kind of cool to say, I guess, yeah, look, we were joking about living in history, but It is true. There's lots of firsts still happening in Mackenzie today. This is one that I guess happened. Do we know
This
how long
was
ago?
in 1994
Okay.
that she was elected.
Yeah. Oh, so 30 years ago.
Really, it's not that long.
But it isn't in terms of history. That's fair. Very cool story. And maybe the most iconic part about Mackenzie is the tree crusher. And that's where we're going to stop here at the Mackenzie and District Museum and talk a little bit about this meaningful piece of history. Amy, what do you get any fun facts about this thing?
So the tree crusher was brought to Mackenzie in 1964. It took 6 flat rail cars to come in, and then it took 4 days for them to reassemble the tree crusher here on site. It now is parked on the main road. We do have a model of it here in our exhibit, which was made by someone in town.
Oh, that's cool.
And actually beside it, we have the original repair manual. Should you want to attempt to repair it and get it moving again?
What do you think, Ruin? This is a good project for you this summer.
Yeah, well, it could get me started on working on my mechanic skills.
There you go. I think you'd be the coolest guy in town if you managed to restart that thing. The other thing that's cool beside the tree crusher is the, I don't want to call it a tugboat, but it's kind of what it is, one of the many boats that roam Williston. Is that what it?
It's the Williston Transporter.
Okay, the transporter.
Yeah, so it used to bring them across when Williston was flooded, because it's not a lake, it's a reservoir.
Yes.
And so it would help the logging companies bring goods and bring equipment and supplies across before the Causeway Bridge was built.
Yeah. Okay. Now, from a Mackenzie local perspective, how cool is the Williston Reservoir? Do you frequent this place?
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah.
It's a nice place for a sunny day. Sit out on the beach, relax.
Okay, Ruin, if someone's going to come visit Mackenzie, what are your tips, tricks to having a good experience?
Well, if you're like me, then you'll want to visit the skate park over by the recreation center.
Okay.
Recreation center is always a good time. A new pump track for bikes and skateboards that was put out right behind the Mackenzie Mall.
A little bit of everything for everyone.
Yeah, very outdoors town.
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go. And if you want to get out of the outdoors and get indoors, you can come here to the Mackenzie and District Museum.
Exactly.
Thanks so much for the tour today, guys. It's been
Yes.
great. Come check it out here if you haven't been before and get your stamp, of course, on your Northern Roots passport.